What's up, everyone? It's Dr. Girdwood here again with another episode of Sociology Lives in Flint. Today, we're going to talk about social theories. Remember in the last episode, we talked about how sociologists are scientists and sociology is a science. That means sociologists have theories just like other scientists have theories. Think about it. What's a theory that you know of? I'll give you one. Gravity. Did you know gravity's a theory? It's just a theory. Every time you drop something, it falls. That's a pattern. Drop something over and over and over again, it falls every time. Those are data points, and you're seeing a pattern that every time you drop something, it falls. That's data that supports the theory of gravity. Sociologists are just like other scientists, and we look for data that helps us identify patterns in society. Before we talk about social theories, we're going to talk about social institutions. What are they? Social institutions are organized groups of people that have statuses and roles that are connected and contribute to society. I'll give you some examples. Families, the education system, government, police and military, healthcare, the economy, and religion. Can you think of other social institutions in society? Now we're going to talk about social theories. That's what you came here for. What are social theories? Well, they're explanations for the patterns that we see occurring in society. But let me be clear, we're looking for social patterns, not just patterns like the gravity example I was giving you, social patterns. And now I'm going to cover 3 types of social theories that just about everybody studies in any introduction to sociology class. First theory, structural functionalism. That was created by Emil Durkheim, and it says that modern society is essentially made up of its various parts that work together and make it function. The independent parts in structural functionalist theory are those social institutions that work together for the greater good of the society. When things work, society is functional. When things don't work, society is dysfunctional. Second theory, conflict theory, and that was created by sociologist Karl Marx. That's a macro social theory that says various groups in society are all competing for power. In conflict theory, society is not functional or dysfunctional. It's just a place where all the social institutions and the groups are fighting for power. And the third category of social theories that you're going to learn in Introduction to Sociology is the symbolic interactionist perspective. That's a micro theory perspective that looks at how people interact with each other. If you want to examine how people behave together, symbolic interactionist theories are for you. The first symbolic interactionist theory we'll talk about is looking glass theory, and that was created by Charles Cooley at the University of Michigan. Looking glass theory essentially says, I'm behaving how I think you think I should behave. It's kind of quirky, but it might actually explain the patterns we see in society. The second symbolic interactionist theory that we'll talk about is dramaturgy, created by Irving Goffman. And all that says is that we're behaving as if we're actors in a play. Everyday life, you see the patterns of behavior? It's just people acting as if they were on stage. And the third symbolic interactionist theory that we'll talk about in Introduction to Sociology is social constructionism, and that's probably my favorite. Everything in our society, rules, laws, stigma, poverty, stereotypes, norms, beliefs, values, families, economies, governments. Social constructionist theory explains those patterns by saying that all of our behaviors and our personalities are socially constructed. Let's recap. Social theories help sociologists explain patterns in our social world. We covered 3 categories of theories: structural functionalism, conflict theory, and symbolic interactionist approaches. I told you what social institutions were and gave you 7 examples. Thank you for watching Season 1, Episode 2 of Sociology Lives in Flint. We'll see you next time.